Alright everybody, free for Stay Raid Shadow Legends. So just a quick update since last time. We got back into Doom Tower because we were stuck at this spider just before. And maybe a week or two ago that we were trying to do it. It'll have been over a week ago. So I tried to go in yesterday, or was it the day before? I don't know, a couple of days ago. And essentially just brute forced it down just to clear it. And then opened our way back up here. So we managed to get up Eternal Dragon easy. And again, we got up to Griffin easy, and we've made our way. Obviously, because we were stuck at the spider for a few days, the rotation's kind of out of whack. So we clear the floors, then we've run out of keys. So then we have to wait the next day to kill the boss, and then work on the floors again. So tomorrow we'll be able to give a whack at the next stage of the Magma Dragon, which generally is pretty easy. So we should just see if we've got the stats essentially to just brute force it again. And then we can work our way. So if we can start kind of consistently getting up this far, be pretty happy with that every time it resets, just for now until we get a bit more of a roster built up. Because if we can start getting to the point where we get shards and stuff, that would be fantastic. So I think our sticking point's going to be when we get to Spider again, which should be the next one after the Magma Dragon. Probably this one. This is going to be a pain in the ass thing because I'd like the Void Shard. I don't know whether we'll be able to brute force our way through that next spider one yet. Remains to be seen. We did get our second Hydra rewards again, so we've done it 2 weeks in a row now. I haven't done it obviously this week yet since it's reset, so we'll be going in there again. I did try the other day to put Trumbor and stuff into a team, which was this one here. So at first I had Alice in there, but the problem we had is that Alice has got Relentless, so she keeps randomly getting extra turns, so the buffs were falling off her, so she wasn't protected. So the idea was here, Trumbor puts his ally protect on, Mad Hatter then goes next and extends them, so we've got 3 out of the 4 turns Trumbor has the buffs up, and I was hoping that we were maybe just faster than the Demon Lord to the point where his ally protection comes around again for the big AoE hits. But this is what we're going to be messing around with. So like I say, we took Alice out because she's in Relentless. I could re-gear her because she does disgusting damage, and she'll be in a 5-star blessing, so a 60% chance of smite over the course of the Demon Lord fight will be insane. So it's a possibility that we do that. So for now I just stuck Finchy back in there. Dagger because we still need a relatively consistent decrease attack in there. Don't really have much in terms of that. Our best alternative is Coffin Smasher and just making him just spam his A1 over and over and over again, which is a possibility, but Dagger brings drop defense as well. But this is kind of what we're going to be working on. I did try throwing a few bucks into Mad Hatter so we could try and get that buff extension down from a 5-turn to a 4-turn to be in line with Trumbor. So he's always extending just after Trumbor puts his eye protection up. But unfortunately the books did not treat us nicely in that sense, so there we go, upgrade skills. Let's just have a look at Mad Hatter. So yeah, none of them dropped into there. I only needed one. I just needed 1 book to go into this, and then it would be on 4-turn as well. Because I have Mad Hatter set at 1 speed below Trumbor currently. So without a speed lead or anything like that, he goes straight after Trumbor. But what I found was, if Haikatoon's in there with the speed lead or applying increased speed, it then also throws it off. So that's what we kind of need to be careful of when we're doing these speed shooting teams. So they did 2 dropped into here, which is going to be helpful for Hydra, so I'm not too fussed. 1 did drop into here, which I would have preferred in here. So that's kind of where we are. Alice has been getting some levels because we just absolutely hammered the event dungeon yesterday to get all of the rewards, because every time there's an event dungeon tournament on, I'm quite happy just absolutely hammering it, get as much pinpoint gear as we can and get all the rewards at the same time. So that's been pretty nice. The team I've currently got set up, I'll do a quick run so you can see it. I'm running stage 14 because it's kind of, you can see here the best time I've had is 6 seconds. That's just if the stars align sort of thing. But so what I've got, I'll just do a super raid. So I've got this set up, but I've got the AI set up here. so that High Katoon doesn't open with her increased speed. I've got Jog opening with his increased attack, so you'll see it. I'm going to run it, but I'll do it on ×1 speed. So she drops the turn meter, he then buffs us, decreased defense, AoE, Wukong comes in, boom, they're dead, and now they just all go at her. This probably would have been a pretty decent one if I hadn't slowed it down and whatnot. And the RNG all depends on if the fears stop them attacking and stuff like that. If we kill her as well on the same attack as everybody else, sort of thing. But the reason I've got the AI set up the way that they are, with High Katoon not opening with increased speed, is so the way the boss works is she has. Let's just sell that. Crit damage, crit rate. Oh, we'll keep that. We'll run it again, but I'll do it as one. So she's got a passive here, so for every time you get 10 buffs, she gets an extra turn. So if High Katoon did increase speed and then Jog comes in with increased attack, she gets an instant turn, so it just interrupts everything. So at least by her holding off to do the increased speed, then it's essentially allowing us to get a full rotation in, wipe out as many of these as we can. As you can see, we didn't kill her this time, but it's no problem. We never fail on this run, and it just takes longer, really. So that's how I've been doing this. So if anybody is struggling with this and they don't know why, they sort of get to a point. It'll be the instant turn effect that she has that'll be knacking you up. So just kind of keep an eye on who's putting buffs on your entire team at the beginning, and if you've got a team set up like I have here, just tweak the AI. So tell them to, which one is it? This one. Just go in and say, High Katoon, open with your drop turn meter effect. Don't open with your buff. Jog, open with your buff, and then just tell them all what to do the first round, so that you can have the best chance of just wiping as many of them out as you can. Because once they're gone, they're gone. You don't have to worry about it, because at this stage, none of them revive, so it doesn't matter. Whereas when you get, I can't remember. Oh yeah, so the team changes here at stage 16. So they're going to have more stats. It's going to be more difficult to kill them. Romero, he's a support champion, so he's more likely to heal them up and stuff like that. And then I don't think we'll probably be able to push through to stage 20 on this account. Maybe by the time the event dungeon's sort of about to come to a close in a couple of weeks' time, maybe we might sort of be able to push up to that. But it's pretty happy with where we are. So we did get all of those rewards, and there's a dungeon diver's just finished, so I'll try to get as many of the Titan points out of that. It was only the last bunch of points I wasn't able to get, but it was just far too much energy I would have to spend, because I would have to have bought the energy as well to try and get it done in time, and I just don't really have the gems stacked up as of yet, since we blew our load on them on the ancient shards. But yes, that's where we've kind of got to at the minute. We're not like going crazy. I would really like to get the legendary relic, because it's just insane. I wonder if I can find how to look at it. Forge relic. Here it is. So yeah, crit damage is a base stat which goes up every time you level it up, where it ignores 10% of the target's defense when attacking an enemy with higher max HP, which every boss has got more max HP than you. And then obviously as the rank increases, I'd imagine the percentage of defense ignored will go up as well. So crit damage and attack as the first two stats is just outrageous for, like, for example, someone like Alice, who also has in her kit and ignore defense as well in this, ignoring 20%. So if you just get the bare bones version of that ability on her, there's another 10% defense ignored. And then as you're ranking that up, it's even more defense ignored. So then if you can get her into a set of savage gear, which is the bits that were also in the chase, they just rolled a bit crap for us. But then ignoring another 25% defense in a 4 set, and then you could get 2% a 2 set of cruel, so ignores another 5. So there's 30. So if you've got them 3, you're ignoring 60%. So I'd love to try and get it if we can, but I don't think we're going to be able to, because as well, you've got one of these dreadful beating the spider and getting artifacts using only certain faction champions. It's just For an early account like us, our account is nowhere near developed enough with a roster that can do this, apart from maybe like stage 3. But then you get in rank 1 and 2 gear, and it's worth next to no points. So we're just not going to be able to do that. So I'm guessing all of the rest of the dungeons are going to follow this. So, you know, Ice Golem will have one, and it'll only be certain ones. So we're not going to be able to do them. So we're going to miss out on so many points. So I highly doubt we're even going to get this. You know, we're most of our way through this. There's a classic arena tournament on at the minute, so we'll get up to 250 from that. If we're lucky, we might get the avatar frame, but I don't really care that much about the avatar frame, so, you know, it's whatever. So we'll just get as much as we can. I did want to quickly cover, so for anybody who's sort of newer to the game and sort of struggling in terms of gear with what to get rid of and when to start getting rid of what. So one of my mates who obviously I've mentioned before in the videos with different champions he's been getting, he's sort of at a point where I'm recommending to him to sort of start trying to get rid of the crap. So like I did in a previous video, I just got to the point where I was like, right, anything rank 4 we just got rid of, just sell it all. It's too low rank now for us to be progressing anywhere. And then I kind of got to the point where I was like, right, rank 5 rare. This is where I need to sort of make a decision at some point soon. Like, look at all this, 427 pieces of rank 5 rare gear. Now, do you just get to the point where you start scrapping it all? Now, I'm not at that point yet of just scrapping everything I've got, but I am at the point where in my soul, if I go in here, gear filter, I am at the point where, not on this dungeon, I haven't done it for this one because of pinpoint gear. Let's just say, have I done it in Dragon? Yes, so as you can see here, I don't want to get any more rare gear. It's a shame that they haven't put in the ability for you to say, well, 5-star rare I don't want, but if I get a 6-star rare, I'd still like to keep that. You can't do that yet. Hopefully in the future they're going to, you know, make it a little bit more in-depth on the things you can filter out. So it gets to the point where, you know, I just want any rare gear, just auto-sell it if it loots it. And you'll then start like stacking up more and more silver. And then as well, for example, so your gloves. You never want flat HP, flat attack, or flat defense on your gloves. Early accounts, you'll still want to get crit rate, because when your earlier account, the amount of crit rate you're getting on other pieces of gear from substats doesn't add up enough yet to sort of get you to 100% crit rate. So early on, you'll probably still want to wear crit rate gloves to knock you up to 100%. But eventually, you'll then untick that. Once you start getting like rank 5 and 6 gear that rolls, you know, once or twice on crit rate, hopefully 3 or 4 times, because then that just means you get to prioritize crit damage other places. But then you'll eventually get to a point where you untick that, so you don't care about getting crit rate gloves. You're more bothered about crit damage. And to be fair, I don't know why I've got attack percent gloves selected, because apart from bomb champions like Nishak and stuff like that, any attack champion really except a bomb champion wants crit damage. So the only reason the bomb champion needs attack is just because bombs scale off attack rather than crit. So the higher your attack percentage, the more damage the bombs do. But I don't think I have any bomb champions, so I could just leave that unticked and it wouldn't make a difference to me at all. But if I got a good bomb champion, you know, maybe I'd start wanting to get that. But it's you can never plan these things. You could leave attack percentage on if you wanted to, so that then if you do ever get a bomb champion, boom, there you go straight away. Pun intended, boom. You've got them there to go. And the same with later on in your progression, like some of the crap sets like Daze. Daze is probably the worst set ever. There's only one place that would even slightly be useful, and that's Sand Devil, if you don't have any champion that can do a sleep. But you can farm, what's he called? Muckstalker, I believe he's called. The Lizardman, he's a rare. I'm sure he drops in the campaign location. And he's got this, so when you book it, it's a 2-turn cooldown. places asleep. It doesn't. It's not even a percentage. It either does or it doesn't. The only way it doesn't is if you don't have enough accuracy, or it does the 3% affinity resistance. Daze is very pointless. So that's sort of what I would definitely advise doing when you sort of getting to the point where, like in Dragon, if you're at the point where you're getting rank 4 to 6 pieces, as you start building up a decent stash of rank 5 and 6, so in your stash here, if I go, obviously in this situation it's not going to show very well because, like I said, I scrapped all the rank 4 pieces. Say this said 1,200 pieces of gear, and I then went, okay, how many of those are rank 4? And then it said 300. So you've only got a quarter of your pieces are rank 4. The other 3/4 of all of your gear is rank 5 and 6. Then you've got a good solid amount of rank 5 and 6 gear. So just at that point, just get rid of it. There's no point hoarding it and thinking, oh well, maybe I might use that. It's like, yes, you might, but the chances are you never will, because you'll find a rank 5 or 6 piece that's just better, and it'll go on the champion that you're trying to build at the time, and then you'll forget that rank 4 piece is there, and it'll just sit there forever taking up space. Whereas you can just sell it, get the silver, or if you want to be even better about what I should have done at the time when I sold all of mine, is wait till there's an artifact enhancement event on, and just level up everything up to level 4 that you're going to sell. Because if you take it up to level 4, it's not going to cost you very much to do that. And then sell it all. So at least you're then getting some, it won't be many points, but at least you're getting some points in the artifact enhancement before you scrap it all. And then you'll get all the silver. So then you can then also then use that silver on bits that you want to improve. It's definitely something for a lot of people to start, trying to map out when they want to sort of hit those breakpoints. Artifacts are a little bit different because, I don't know, Spider's one of those sort of iffy ones where generally it'll take you a bit longer to break through the points where you then start building up a load of higher rank ones. So as you can see here, I've done stage 14 and 13 is 4 to 6, but in a Spider tournament I'm still only doing stage 10 because it's the best. For me at this level, it's the best points wise for a Spider tournament. So I will have rank 5 and 6 artifacts in my stash, but I just don't have as many, so I haven't got to the point of selling off all the rank 4 artifacts yet, because it does just generally take people longer to build up a big, I mean, you can see there I've got 413, and that's without selling any rank 4s. So compared to the 740 where all of the normal bits of gear that are rank 4 are gone. So this is what I like. You can just see visually here that it does take you longer. I mean, you might want to then get to the point where if you don't sell the rank 4 stuff, maybe you just get rid of the green and grey items. So definitely, if you're struggling for silver as well, it's a good way to see. So if you're still earlier than rank 4 to 6 gear, if you're rank 4 to 5 gear, then again, you just get rid of all of the rank 3, because you're not even getting rank 3 gear anymore. Just scrap it all off, and then maybe scrap off all the grey and green gear if you are sort of at your stage 10. So you're getting better rank gear, just get rid of the crapper quality gear. It'll just help you build up your silver over time, because it is one of the biggest pain points sort of thing in the game. It is the silver. So what I found early on doing this account is that from the very beginning, you do get given quite a lot of silver from the Call of the Arbiter things, all of the stuff you're taking part in, the Apprentice Pass and all that. You do get given quite a bit in the early game. Once you then hit your rank 5 gear, rank 6 gear, and upgrading it, sometimes going from 15 to 16 on one piece of gear, you can be unlucky and it'll take 2.5 million silver. It's disgusting, but it's just the reality of how it is. It's good if early on you can sort of get in the habit of not trying to hoard too much. Do it enough from the get-go, but once you sort of, like, realistically, after your first week or two, you will probably want to scrap off anything, like I say, on your gloves, chest, and boots. Anything that's a flat stat, because it's just crap. So yeah, so if I go, there might be a couple of bits here that I've just not. HP, attack and defense, yeah. There's a couple of bits here that I can still get rid of. So it's just something I wanted to sort of cover, just to sort of help anybody out that's, you know, maybe struggling to sort of progress. Maybe you're still hoarding too much rank 4 gear and you're equipping that rank 4 gear and you don't have the silver to upgrade your rank 5 and 6 gear. It's maybe the little bit, this sort of transition period that you need to stop worrying about trying to do every tournament that pops up, or whatever your goal is. If you're trying to do all the challenges or work through your missions, just take a bit of a breather for a bit. Just do some, you could call it quote unquote an admin period, where you just farm some dungeons. If there is a tournament on, like a dragon tournament, which was on yesterday, where the dragon was on and it was 3 times speed gear, maybe that's a perfect time for you to, you know, farm the dungeon with these with the filters on, so you're auto selling all the crap, saving all of the potentially good bits of gear, and then, you know, build up some silver, and then you can start upgrading the rank 5 and 6 gear, start changing things in and out of champions, just make them that little bit stronger. You might break through the breakpoints, a bit like I did with the Doom Tower, like I was saying with Spider, where I was kind of stuck on it for a bit, and then I was able with Alice, who did I use? Yeah, Alice, Wukong, Jog, I put Der in. I just wanted double revive as a just in case. I didn't even need double revive. I could have probably just put Fenchi in there and done it even quicker. I mean, it only took us a minute. I did it manually, but because I just wanted to beat the stage. But this is the sort of thing I mean, so just sort of getting the champion to a slightly bit more powerful might help you break through the little bit that you're sort of stuck at, and then from there you go on. Like, I was stuck there, but since I've beat Spider, I've gotten through all of these easier. Everybody's account's going to be different. You might not get stuck at Spider, you might have a good cleanser who can take all the poisons off you. I don't. So you might get through this easy, but then you might have got to Eternal Dragon, for example, and struggled there. So it's all perspective based and account based, but it's definitely worth looking at. So that's kind of just the things I wanted to cover today. I have been speaking to one of my mates and like some ideas for other videos to potentially do, and he's given us a good idea. So I'm going to do these on my main account, because I've just got access to so much more on my main account. But it's going to be focused towards like maybe trying to build teams for earlier accounts. So I'll use the champions that, for example, what if I was wanting to try and build a team out of everything I had. I've got pretty much all these champions, bar Mad Hatter because I didn't do the fusion on my main. But like, I've got pretty much all these champions on my main, probably 5 times over. So I could easily build them on my main and try and figure stuff out without having to dump all of the resources in. So I can try, like he suggested, maybe try and build a rare only clan boss team, so the people that are so much earlier in the game. Fair enough, you're probably never going to get to the point where you're doing Ultra Nightmare clan boss with a rare team. But some people that have only mostly rares are probably still stuck at easy and normal. So if you could build a better team out of rare that could maybe 1 key normal and start working on hard, you know, it could be helpful for people. And then maybe do it with epics, so epics only, which is a lot easier because the epics are just so much more powerful and have access to more stuff. So that should be a lot easier for me to do as an epic one. But just that sort of stuff. And maybe work through different things like Iron Twins with a rare only team, you know, Sand Devil with a rare only team, Phantom Shogun, that sort of stuff. I mean, if there's something like that anybody's interested in and you'd like to see us give it a try, I'm more than willing to give things a try. Just let us know. Just drop a comment and like say, you know, oh, could you give this a try? You know, I'll see what I can do. So I'm gonna leave this one here. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.